Okay, so are there better foods for burning fat? About to go hit the gym. Got upper body push day today. On day 2 of the new programming, training 6 days a week now, actually kind of preferring it, doing a lower body push pull, lower push pull. So 1 day rest. Obviously I've had to adjust the volume slightly and what I'm doing when to make sure I'm not sort of fatiguing and doing too much, but I'm enjoying the kind of more frequency. So let's go get it done. So the current kind of state of my fat loss plan is 6 days weight training and obviously creating a caloric deficit with my nutrition. I'm on kind of just over 2,000 calories per day. I'm hitting 200 grams of protein, 200 grams carbs, and at the moment I'm still on 60 grams of fats. I'm dropping at the moment on this. I'm also making sure I'm hitting 10,000 steps per day. So that's all the cardio I'm doing at the moment. Sometimes I'm doing additional sessions with some kind of stretching core work, but I'm not really specifically trying to hit additional sessions at the moment. Session done, back home. Gonna grab some food now. Got some rice. I'm gonna have half of that packet. And got some pre-made meals that I made yesterday and one more tikka left. So I'll quickly warm this up because I am hungry. Okay, so are there better foods for burning fat? No, there's not. Now let me just kind of cover this quickly. You will lose fat by making sure that you are in a caloric deficit. So you are consuming less than you're expending. Now that could be like amalgamation of caloric expenditure, so your training, walking, anything like that, as well as the food you're actually eating. It doesn't have to be one or the other. But you hear a lot about like blueberries or goji berries or how they're better for burning belly fat. Load of that bollocks. Listen, the type of food doesn't really matter when you're in a deficit. If you are in a deficit, you're going to lose fat. Now, obviously, some foods are going to be better in terms of your satiation, how you feel, so you're not getting too hungry, making sure that your ratios of your macros are right for you. But there's no specific food like I have to eat this to burn fat or I have to stay away from this food. It doesn't matter. So instead of trying to focus your food consumption around burning fat, there are other things that you're better off focusing on. Now, one of these is focusing on trying to fuel your performance and fuel your training sessions. So we want to make sure that our training intensity is high and we're not getting tired when we're sort of trying to go to the gym, because we're going to be in a caloric deficit. So there are going to be times where it's a bit of a slog. You're having to go and train still when you might feel a little bit tired. But if you can move your caloric intake and macronutrient ratios to what makes you feel good and fuel that performance really sort of around that workout kind of window, then you're going to make sure that you're doing as much as possible to make sure you are hitting those workouts. So this ties in with your training intensity as well. We're making sure that we are keeping that intensity high and not letting that drop off. Because if the training intensity drops off, then your caloric expenditure is going to be dropping at the same time, which eventually is going to kind of cancel each other out. So you might not necessarily then be losing body fat. So we want to make sure that we are supporting the type of training that we're doing. And with that also, we want to make sure that we're actually supporting the recovery from those training sessions as well. So making sure that we're getting adequate protein to help retain the muscle tissue and recover from the training sessions. Try not to get caught up in these like little issues and really like the media where they're spreading, oh, you have to eat this to burn this, or whatever they're saying. Focus on good solid nutrition, make sure you're in a caloric deficit, and progressively improve your nutrition depending on what you need. So help your performance, help your recovery, make sure that you're doing what you can around the right kind of elements. And on that note, I need to go and get some food.